calendar year.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
All right. We're live now. Okay.
I guess you know it's working.
This will be for fiscal year 25. So this is this year's audit that won't take place until January, or excuse me, July and August of this upcoming new fiscal year, FY 26 for the 25 fiscal year. The audit engagements there in front of you, it represents about a 3.8% increase over last year's. It's $88,000 for this year. This will be the last and final of the ESSER dollars, so it'll be still a single audit on that because it was up and over the $750,000 threshold. So hopefully, the audit engagement for the following year will not include ESSER in there, and maybe they might reduce the price a little bit for us or keep it even for you. So, but that's in there as well in the packet.
I know that's been a lot of extra work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The audit. So the audit is technically due by the end of October, October the 15th. And then you can file a 30-day extension to get you to the 15th of November, and then a 60, but the state does not allow any more than 60 days. So that's December the 15th. Correct. So we're working on the audit as we're actually ending the fiscal year. So we're usually kind of boots on the ground.
Okay.
That month of July is really a heavy lift. So same with early August. So,
Okay.
but typically they will have people out here on site, probably that third or fourth week there in August. And
Okay.
yeah, there's usually 3 or 4 days on site. Then they come back about a month later, ask any follow-up questions, come back maybe another day or two on site. And then a lot of it right now is kind of done electronically. So we send them the backup, the documentation, everything else that they would need along the way.
Okay.
So this year we're also doing the OPEB rollover, which is every other year we do the rollover for the census data for our retirees that are IMRF retirees that are still on the health insurance. So that's got to be done every other year. So that's happening this year as well.
And that's the benefit of having the consistency with the same firm is that they don't have to start over and start over with testing. So it's gotten better.
Okay.
And they seem to have always done
They
a
do.
good job.
They do a great job.
So, okay. All right, annual investment report.
So yeah, that's me as
Mike
well.
as
So
well.
attached is the Bloom Township Trustees of School Annual Investment Report for fiscal year ending 2024. In there, Dr. Grossi had put together a nice analysis of the investment and kind of Bloom Township Treasury's investment strategy as well as returns, along with historical returns. This year, depending on time of year and investment duration, we saw anywhere between a 4 to 5% return on investment for our cash holdings there. That's part of the liquid pool cash.
Good.
Mhm.
That's about standard.
It's actually way above standard. Like the last few years have been really decent on the returns. If you go back, I remember days of you were lucky to get 10 basis points. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if you found 25, you were doing really well. These last 3 or 4 years have been really helpful to some school districts that have
Mhm.
fund balances obviously to invest. They are down a little bit from their peak last year, but
So our
they're
interest-
still historically
Yeah.
high.
Higher.
Okay.
Oh, text again. Okay.
Okay.
Some more.
Yeah. So
All right, the musical instrument.
Yes.
so yeah.
Okay.
The last time we had spoken, we were going to go out for bid for band musical instruments.
Mhm.
We did go out to bid. I'm actually really excited that we did go out to bid because I've not seen bids come back this competitive, quite honestly.
Mhm.
We had 4 respondents to them. I want to say each one of the respondents at least bid on a minimally like 40 or 50% of the musical instruments, and 3 out of the 4 bid almost 90% of them. I want to say it was give or take about 90% of the musical instruments there. When compared to full list or retail, it was about 40 cents on the dollar that it came back at. So I know we had talked about possibly breaking this up over a couple years, but At this point in time, my recommendation is to do it all at once because I don't know what next year is going to yield
Mhm.
or come back at.
I
So
don't know.
That's why we want to do them all.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
So with this savings, could we maybe look at an orchestra for next year?
That's
Uh,
something for the new superintendent. We'll wait on the new superintendent. I think that'd be a great conversation.
All
for
right.
you.
like, yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Like to see that though.
Yeah.
Uh,
Supplement? Are they replacements for outdated instruments? Are they adding to the?
So Waldo has probably the most that are going to be added to their program. The other middle schools, now keep in mind, this is for the 4 middle schools and the high school. The high
Right.
school is obviously adding on to broken instruments that can no longer be repaired. So almost like a replacement for what they had before.
Okay,
Mhm.
so it's not really an expansion of
Mm,
things. It's
I would
just-
say not really an expansion according to these guys. They could help answer some of them
Yeah,
since
no,
they went
I
through the list.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mostly. I see.
Mhm.
So, but we have enough instruments for, and the program's still growing and everything?
Well, post-COVID, we've seen a dip in, so before COVID, more families used to own the smaller instruments.
Uh-huh.
Post-COVID, like clarinets, flutes, that sort of thing. Post-COVID, we've seen that dip as well, so we are providing, the high school, when I first got here, we never used to provide like flutes, clarinets, trumpets, alto saxophones, and now we're providing more of those as well.
Mhm.
So there is a dip in the families being able to provide, so the school district trying to step in to provide. And I know the middle school are dealing with
Mhm.
that same. Yeah, provide more of the smaller instruments. And that's a change over the last 5 to 10 years.
Interesting.
All right, well, good. It's always a good program to support. Yes. Okay.
We need to make a motion or
It's gonna
Yes.
go next time.
next time? Okay.
Yeah, 17th.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is all for approval at the following board meeting.
all right, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Glad we're knocking that one off.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, and then we got a press policy here.
Yes, there's a press policy in there, and just to summarize, the only change there is change in the legal reference.
Right. And then the talented renewal, so. not sure what that-
Yes, Talented is the software platform that we've used since the 2015-16 school year to do all of our employee performance evaluations. And so we are recommending a renewal for our Talented platform so we can continue to do those electronically and save all of our historical performance evaluations, summative evaluations, and so forth.
Okay, and the SASED vision program.
Yes, you have to consider, we do have 3 students with low incidence disabilities that could be severe visual impairment, hearing impairment, or other intellectual disabilities which require more specialized services. These are students in outplaced facilities, and we just require a signature from the board for an outplacement agreement, and that will then subsequently impact and allow them to bill us at the conclusion of the school year for these services. If I could, and just note, since we did not have a meeting last month, the Talented and the intergovernmental agreement will be on the agenda for the full board meeting for action this evening.
All right. All right, no problem. Okay.
Dr. Ballard, this one, it's a little expensive, which is, I mean, if we need it, we got to do it, but they bill us only if we use it, right?
Which, when
On
are
the
you referring to?
SASED vision program?
Those are for each individual student, correct?
Okay. Okay.
And does Medicaid pick up the price of that? Probably.
Does it comes out of district funds, but that's what I was asking.
And IDEA as well. It's
Yeah.
IDEA funds for those, and because it's dictated by their IEP.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, other than that, we have any Any other business we want to bring up?
Nope.
If not, that concludes our meeting.
Okay, thanks.
Nice and short and sweet.